first and 10. It's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Get up. Ready.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. Second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. They love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that'll bring up second down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10.
Mike, check, 59.
Jackson to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
I got you, boy. Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4". Okay, double up.
There's Jackson on third and long. And he's going to go down again. Tim Williams providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a fourth and long. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the... It's out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On the ground, it's Clement to start the drive. Room here to run. 34 yards there and a first down. I don't think that's what the defensive coordinator had in mind there. You got him pinned back inside the 5, and then you let him rip off that long run.
You're already anticipating the film session, aren't you?
There's going to be some anger.
Yeah, it's not going to be at the greatest hits, is it? Because they didn't hit anyone on that play. Supposed to have them pinned back deep. Instead, they leave a big crack, a gaping hole, and guess what? They're in bad position right now.
Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Play action. It's Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Take four.
Hey, 18. Alert.
Trubisky will throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Big stop. Go. Whip. Watch the whip.
Jackson now. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tyus Bowser in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll begin on the ground with Clement. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On first down, they go with Clement again. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 6-0 our score after one.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check back. Check back. Patch it. Patch it.
Now it's Trubisky. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
On the carry, here's Clement. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
You're three down. Watch 10.
Hey, Haywood.
Get ready.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
After the interception, here's Jackson dancing to his left. He's going deep for Brown. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover, put your defense in a bad spot.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a first down.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
On first and 10, it's Clement. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3. Mike, check.
Move.
Quick, talk to me about it and bring it. Check.
Now it's Trubisky. This complete to Martin. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now Trubisky on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On second down, Clement, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. You.
Now Trubisky on third and long. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. On second down, Ingram.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch safety screaming. Watch safety screaming. Safety screaming.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He was trying to go back to Hollywood there, but it'll be second down.
Check. Walk 54. Walk 54.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Target. Back. Move. Alert.
Now Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing here, Trubisky. And it's complete to Martin. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing.
There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
59's mark. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Check.
They go play action. Trubisky, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
He's coming. We got double up.
He'll look to throw. And he finds a man. It's Martin. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down.
Lock in. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. 18.
On 1st down, Clement. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check three. Alert.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
We got it.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. It'll be first and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Hey, we got 3 down.
Now Trubisky to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll set up to throw. And Martin's got it, complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Lucky.
Alert. Hey, Charlie.
59.
Ran, come.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Trubisky on fourth down. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Pressure comes and Trubisky goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Trubisky will throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Now it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Check, 59.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Rip left.
Trubisky to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Now it's Trubisky. And the pressure gets to him again. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. Watch. Alert. That's baby shot. Mike's 59.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with under a heavy rush, and down he goes. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Finding room inside the 40. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, touchdown number 22 on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On first down, Trubisky. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And now off to the races, down the right side, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. So now Trubisky will lead his guys to the line. They'll go for 2 here. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Let's go. Check. Now the 59.
I got him. Hey, check 24.
Don't take.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Check the six. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Here we go. Here we go. 70 Andy. 54. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. 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 Armor. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch 22. Jet. Cover. 22. Jet. Cover. Jet.
Hill running right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Ravens, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.